Crash course on computer science, programming languages. Learn about programming languages and their applications, using Python as example. Sure, let's talk about programming languages. Programming languages are a way for humans to communicate with computers. They allow us to write code that the computer can understand and execute. There are many programming languages, each with its own syntax, features, and applications. Python is a popular programming language that is easy to learn and use. It has a simple syntax and is often used for web development, scientific computing, data analysis, and artificial intelligence. Python is also an interpreted language, which means that the code is executed line by line, rather than being compiled beforehand. One interesting story about Python is that it was named after Monty Python's Flying Circus, a British comedy group. The creator of Python, Guido van Rossum, was a big fan of the show and wanted to choose a fun name for the language. Now, let's take a look at some of the top 12 popular programming languages and their target problem domains. Java. Java is a popular language for building enterprise-level applications, mobile apps, and web applications. C. C is a low-level language that is used for operating systems, embedded systems, and system programming. Python. Python is a high-level language that is used for web development, scientific computing, data analysis, and artificial intelligence. JavaScript. JavaScript is a language that is used for web development, specifically for creating interactive and dynamic web pages. PHP. PHP is a language that is used for web development, specifically for building server-side web applications. Swift. Swift is a language that is used for developing iOS and Mac OS applications. Ruby. Ruby is a language that is used for web development, specifically for building web applications and web frameworks. SQL. SQL is a language that is used for managing and querying databases. C++. C++ is a language that is used for system programming, game development, and high-performance applications. Objective-C. Objective-C is a language that is used for developing iOS and Mac OS applications. Kotlin. Kotlin is a language that is used for developing Android applications. Go. Go is a language that is used for network programming, system programming, and high-performance applications. Each of these languages has its own strengths and weaknesses, and is suited for different types of applications. By understanding the target problem domain of each language, programmers can choose the right tool for the job. Introduction to Python programming. Python is a popular programming language that is used for a variety of applications, such as web development, scientific computing, data analysis, artificial intelligence, and more. It was first created in the late 1980s by Guido van Rossum, and has since grown in popularity due to its ease of use, simple syntax, and versatility. Python is an interpreted language, which means that the code is executed line by line, rather than being compiled beforehand. This makes it easy to write and test code quickly, without having to wait for a compilation step. Python is also a high-level language, which means that it abstracts away many of the low-level details of programming, making it easier for beginners to learn. One of the things that makes Python so popular is its large and active community of developers. There are many libraries and frameworks available for Python, which can save developers a lot of time and effort. Some popular libraries and frameworks for Python include NumPy and Pandas for data analysis, Flask and Django for web development, TensorFlow and PyTorch for machine learning, and more. Python is also known for its readability, which means that the code is easy to understand and follow. This is because Python uses indentation to denote code blocks, rather than using braces or other symbols. This can make the code easier to read, especially for beginners. A typical Python program structure or format includes the following components. Shebang line. The shebang line specifies the location of the Python interpreter, and is used to tell the operating system how to execute the script. The shebang line is optional, but it is recommended to include it at the beginning of your Python script. Here's an example shebang line. Python code. #user/bin/env Python. Import statements. The import statements are used to import modules or libraries that are needed for your program. This is a way to reuse existing code and save time. Here's an example import statement. Python code. Import math. Variable declarations. Variables are used to store data that is used by the program. In Python, you don't need to declare the data type of a variable before using it. Here's an example variable declaration. Python code. X equals 5. Function definitions. Functions are used to group related code together, and make the code more modular and easier to understand. Here's an example function definition. Python code. Def square x. Return XX. Main program logic. This is where you put the main logic of your program, using the variables, functions, and modules that you have imported and defined. Here's an example main program logic. Python code. X equals 5. Y equals square x. Print y. Comments. Comments are used to explain what the code does, and make the code more readable and easier to understand. In Python, you can use the hash symbol to start a comment. Here's an example comment. Python code. Hash this is a comment. Putting it all together, a simple Python program might look something like this. Python code. Hash exclamation mark slash user slash bin slash imp Python. Import math. Def square x. Return xx. X equals 5. Y equals square x. Print y. This program imports the math library, defines a square function, sets a variable x to 5, computes the square of x using the square function, and prints the result to the console. Indentation. Python uses indentation to group statements together. This means that the indentation level of each line is important, and determines which statements belong to which blocks of code. This is different from many other programming languages, which use curly braces or other symbols to define code blocks. File structure. When writing larger programs, it's often a good idea to break your code up into multiple files. In Python, each file is known as a module, and you can import modules from other files to reuse code. In addition to modules, you can also create packages, which are collections of modules organized into directories. Style conventions. Python has a set of style conventions known as PEP 8, Python Enhancement Proposal 8, which recommend best practices for code formatting and organization. Following these conventions can make your code more readable and easier to understand for other developers. Overall, the structure of a Python program is designed to be easy to read and understand, with an emphasis on readability and simplicity. By following these guidelines and best practices, you can write Python code that is clear, concise, and easy to maintain. In summary, Python is a popular programming language that is easy to learn and use, and is used for a variety of applications. It is interpreted, high-level, and has a large and active community of developers. Python is also known for its readability and versatility, making it a great choice for both beginners and experienced programmers. In summary, programming languages are essential for communicating with computers and writing code. Python is a popular language that is easy to learn and use, and is often used for web development, scientific computing, data analysis, and artificial intelligence. The top 12 popular programming languages target different problem domains, such as building enterprise-level applications, managing databases, or developing mobile apps. By understanding the strengths and weaknesses of each language, programmers can choose the right tool for the job and create efficient and reliable software. And now, as promised, here's a poem about programming languages. Programming languages, oh so grand! A way for humans to command. Each with its syntax, features, and style. Tools for the programmer's toolkit pile. Java for enterprise, mobile, and web. C for systems, embedded, and more ahead. Python for AI, data, and science. JavaScript for the web's interactive reliance. PHP for server-side, Ruby for web. SQL for databases, queries to ebb. Swift for iOS and Mac OS apps. Objective-C2, with its own relapse. Kotlin for Android, Go for networks and more. C++ for performance, gaming to explore. So many tools, each with a place to write software with skill and grace. Programming languages, a world of their own. Creating solutions, with code to be shown. A language for every task. Start planning your next global adventure with ease and convenience with our Booking.com referral link, https://www.booking.com/index.html. 8=7989335 is a great choice to plan your next trip. You can find and book flights, hotels, cars, and local attractions all in one place, and our price match guarantee ensures you're getting the best deal. Thank you for kind support our in Hub Metaverse channel, and please watch more interesting videos here.